So what does it mean when we say decentralized yet unified church? I just want to break down that concept for just a second. So I believe over time, the Western church has become very centralized, and centralized isn't necessarily a bad thing. But centralized is this idea that everything comes from a central movement and a central moment and based around a central thing. Now that sounds great when we preach. We're centered around Jesus, right? Like we're centered around the gospel. But are we? And that's the question. So if we decentralize the church, yet unify it around the kingdom, I believe we can see a bigger impact. And what I mean by decentralizing is that we don't want to just be a church in a neighborhood on a street corner reaching a group of people. But we want to be a church that sends out missional communities and missionaries into neighborhoods, decentralizing it from ourselves in order to reach those neighborhoods with the gospel, with the good news, to rescue the lost, but also to encourage the found, to encourage other brothers and sisters, and to equip everyone to do the same. You see, it's a multiplication thing. See, if we are centralized, everything is addition. If we become decentralized, everything becomes multiplication. But how do we decentralize yet remain unified? It's by learning that we have a kingdom in common. That yes, we have different voices, yes, we're of different races, different backgrounds, different genders, but we have a kingdom in common. We have different futures, different current circumstances, but we have a kingdom in common. And for some reason, the kingdom has become something that's revolved around what was at the center of our hearts. And so what we're doing is we are centralizing or unifying around the kingdom, but decentralizing our church. So we're not trying to tear down the temple, we're trying to elevate the table. We believe that what the Western church has done to make a worship experience God-glorifying and accessible by all people is amazing. It's incredible. But that 1 hour on Sunday is not doing what we need to be doing as a modern day expression of the early church. So we are going to elevate the home, the table, the neighborhood next to the nation, the table next to the temple, and to say, what does it look like to build community with others in the context of our lives, in our workplaces, in our homes, over our neighborhoods, so that we can see the kingdom glorified. We believe it's to decentralize ourselves into multiple missional communities, spread out to multiply the gospel, to make disciples, and to begin to walk missionally in community together.